Northern chieftains and elders expose how Tinubu rigged election against Peter Obi. Gaga. They have not spent up to 1 year. Do you know the reason why they are confessing now? Do you know the reason why they are not happy with Tinubu again now? Because Tinubu, they feel that Tinubu, or they felt that Tinubu has split them. And they are threatening Tinubu now that if he does not reverse all those relocation of those federal government's parastatal back to where it is now, that they are not going to support him in 2027. And they are saying that if not for them that helped him to win in 2023, he wouldn't have been there. Of course, you know, they always come out and brag that they helped Tinubu this and that. And that was the same thing Tinubu told Buhari then, that he helped Buhari to become the president. And when it seemed that Buhari was to play some kind of game to be able to push Tinubu aside, Tinubu okay with this mantra of Emilokon and all of that, because they know what they all did. And you can see that throughout Buhari's tenure, even with the all atrocities that were committed under Buhari as at that time, Tinubu never said piam. Even when he was coming out to speak, he was always speaking to favor Buhari, and he never complained about all this insecurity that happened under Buhari. And that is why it is difficult for him now to speak, and for Tinubu or Buhari himself to have agreed to allow him to be president. Of course, a lot of things that they have put together. And when the so-called northern elders are saying that, and a lot of people, a lot of groups, you know, when it comes to the things that will favor the northerners, you begin to see groups upon groups upon groups. But when it comes to insecurity that is ravaging the whole region, they won't say much. Now, some of them are saying that the issue of insecurity happening in Abuja, they never experienced it when Buhari was there, that this whole thing started under Tinubu's government. So these are propaganda, and you know, that they usually use. And Tinubu is part of all this propaganda too. They use propaganda against themselves. So people are saying that you did not in the first place vote for, it was not your vote that made Tinubu to be there in the first place. We saw all the shenanigans that happened, all this underage voting. Even a commissioner of police was asked that, see children that were voting, how can you allow this to happen? And he said, you know, mere appearance of anybody cannot be determined whether they are old or whether they are young. Hi. People are saying, really, all these children that were voting. So, and with all this population that they usually used to brag, we know where they get it from. They count cattle, they count goats and all manner of animals to include in their population. And don't forget, even the neighboring countries that are closer to them in the north, majority of them come into Nigeria and, you know, perform the civic rights of Nigerians, you know, to vote. They count all of them together. So those are the things they use in bragging. And now they are beginning to say that, not that Tinubu would have won Peter Obi, that Peter Obi won him, you know, in a landslide, but they were the one that helped him, whether through their vote or through other means. But the truth is beginning to come out. The truth is beginning to come out. This whole thing, this the alliance, we know that it's because of the evil they are doing. That is why you see, or you hear most of the time, the Yorubas and the Hausas and the Fulani, so they are always, you know, together because of all manner of nonsense happening. We know it is not a true love that exists between them. The so-called northerners have been in power. Nigeria has not is not better for it. Tinubu, that they said he built Lagos. I just pity the people who live in Lagos, because people who fend for themselves. Now, the magic he used in building Lagos, let him come and use it to build Nigeria now. He's not doing anything. So no matter how the country is going to collapse, Tinubu is not bothered. And the reason why you see that the North are coming out to fight Tinubu now, because they perceive that this Tinubu is exhibiting this bigotry, ethnic bigotry, this Bilokon that he said. You know, all these flimsy excuses they are talking about because some places were empty and all of that. They are trying to cut costs. It's all nonsense. I'm not supporting the so-called northerners in this issue of education, and I'm not supporting Tinubu because they are coming together, you know, forming evil against the Nigerian people. That is exactly what they are doing. It's not as if they love Nigerians. It's not as if they love the country. It's not as if Tinubu loves the country. It's not as if the Northerners love the country. No, they don't love Nigeria. They love Nigeria when it favors them, when it suits them. Now everybody's crying now. The havoc that Tinubu has caused. The reason why Tinubu is doing all these things is because he knew all what the past presidents did, because all what they did was not to the favor of the Nigerian people. So himself feels that he can do and undo, and heaven will not fall, head will not roll. Now all these ones are crying, they are shouting now. All the shenanigans that happened during election now, who is going to come out and say he's not aware of it? We see the likes of Wole Soyinka and the people who are going back and forth, and this Agbakoba, all of them talking nonsense. They know the truth. But because of their stomach infrastructure, they are obeying their belly. They are loyal to their belly. That is why you see that nobody is coming out to say it the way it is. Now you are telling us that Tinubu did not win election, that he rigged the election against Obi. Who does not know before? Even when you guys are trying to say that, or you are threatening him that he's not going to get the power in 2027. As if he cares. Like the Yoruba will say, Atiti ojebo lo shalowo oku baba nla eni ti o bo. Ole lo to ba ti wonu eko ko to jade mo. Tinubu has already grabbed it. He has run away with it. He has run with it. So I don't know how you're going to do it. Now, you begin to hear some of these Northerners trying to bring in Igbos, trying to, trying to bring Igbos together, and, so that they will fight this. You think Igbos are not wise? Really? You think they're not wise? All this divide and rule tactics that you people have been exhibiting, you think people have not been saying this? So guys, let's hear your opinion. The love between them now is sour, and they are looking for who to support them. Leave your comment down there below and let's have your take.